Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a camera comparison of two devices under the sub 15k price segment, the Redmi Note 5 Pro with the Honor 9 Lite. So these two devices have the dual camera setup, and even the Honor 9 Lite has a dual camera on the front panel as well. So in this video we'll compare different camera samples taken with these two devices to see which is the better camera smartphone in this price segment. So we'll analyze the daylight captures, the low light images, portrait samples, and also selfie experience along with the video recording to see which is the better camera out there. So without any further delay, let's get started. First up, let's have a look at the camera on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So Redmi Note 5 Pro comes with a dual rear camera. It has a 12 megapixel primary camera and a secondary 5 megapixel camera for depth sensing. And on the front panel we have a massive 20 megapixel shooter for selfies, and both are f-stop 2.2 aperture. Now next up, let's have a look at the Honor 9 Lite. So the Honor 9 Lite comes with a dual camera. It's a 13 megapixel primary camera, 2 megapixel secondary camera for depth sensing, and on the front panel we again have a 13 megapixel primary camera and a 2 megapixel camera for depth sensing for great bokeh selfies. So that was the camera aspect. Now let's go straight into the video recording taken with these two devices. So this is the 1080p sample taken with the Redmi Note 5 Pro and the Honor 9 Lite. So the Honor 9 Lite does not have any electronic image stabilization. On the other hand, the Redmi Note 5 Pro has electronic image stabilization, and it does a really good job with the video. And you can also see that the video recording quality looks quite good on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. It's not the best out there, but still it looks quite good. But the Honor 9 Lite exposure and color quality was not very accurate. So overall we feel in terms of video recording abilities, the Redmi Note 5 Pro is our choice because of two reasons. One is it has EIS and it does a slightly better job in color reproduction. Next up, let's have a look at the daylight captures taken with these two devices. So here we feel the Redmi Note 5 Pro did a better job with the color reproduction, especially the sky colors. You can see that the Redmi Note 5 Pro was a bit more accurate, and also the exposure levels was better on the Redmi Note 5 Pro, and also the sharpness levels were a bit better on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. You can also see that the Honor 9 Lite produces some decent results, but the exposure and the color reproduction was not very accurate. You can again see the sky colors was much better on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So these are some samples taken with these two devices, and we feel the daylight captures the Redmi Note 5 Pro definitely has an edge here, especially with the color reproduction, and also the sharpness levels were better here. Now next up, let's have a look at the close-up images. So here again we feel both these devices does a good job. You can see the Redmi Note 5 Pro images were a bit warmer tone, but the Honor 9 Lite was slightly on the colder tone, but sharpness levels were quite acceptable. But at the same time, some images did have better clarity on the Redmi Note 5 Pro, and the sharpness levels were also better on the Redmi Note 5 Pro when compared to the Honor 9 Lite. Now next up, let's have a look at the low light capture. So this is one area where the Redmi Note 5 Pro outperforms the Honor 9 Lite with good detailing. The noise levels are lesser, and you can also see that the color reproduction was better on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So overall, when it comes to low light performance, the Honor 9 Lite is not a strong contender, and this is one area where the Redmi Note 5 Pro excels and does a really good job out there. So that was the low light captures taken with these two devices. So next step, let's have a look at the portrait sample. So both these devices did a bit good job here, but the edge detection was better on the Redmi Note 5 Pro when compared to the Honor 9 Lite. Now finally, the selfie experience. So this is one area where both these devices are neck to neck. Both did a really good job in terms of selfie experience, and both were equally good. Only the skin tones were slightly different on both these devices. Other than that, the detailing looks really good on both the phones. Now one thing to note that the edge detection in the portrait samples was a tad better on the Redmi Note 5 Pro when compared to the Honor 9 Lite. So Honor 9 Lite does it via hardware, while the Redmi Note 5 Pro does it via software. But both these devices are really good selfie cameras in the sub 15k price segment. So that was the camera comparison of these two devices. So now summing up, which is the better camera smartphone in this price segment? So rear camera performance, we feel the Redmi Note 5 Pro did a better job with video recording, EIS is included, and also rear camera performance both in daylight as well as low light captures along with close-up images, the Redmi Note 5 Pro did a better job. But when it comes to selfies, both these devices are equally good and did a really good job with the selfie performance and also the bokeh mode. So we'll leave it to our viewers to decide which is the better selfie camera out there. Other than that, we feel that the Redmi Note 5 Pro is a slightly better overall package when you compare both the rear and the front camera. So that was the detailed camera comparison of these two devices. So hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.